We are team Error404. I'm Justin.
I'm Vinay. And I'm Hussein. And we're going to show you how our sound sampler project works. Hope you enjoy. Hi, this is Hussein, and I'm going to show you first of all the GUI of our Audio 404 sampler. So first of all, we have here the sampling grid, and the sampling grid loads all the sounds into the push buttons. So let's see, first of all, we have the load 1. We click that, and we load the sound.wave file, and then we click on push button 1. Then click on pause. Click on pause again to continue. And click on stop to stop. So first of all, you see that there's a graph over here that showed up, and this graph's the loaded sample that's played. And then we have the pause button, which pauses it temporarily, and the stop, which stops the sound. And this works for all other buttons for load 2, 3 until 9. And next we have the playback options. So for mono and stereo, as you can see here in the graph, there's two channels, the blue and the red channel. And when you click on mono, it eliminates the right channel and only plays the left one. And when you click on stereo, it plays both again. Next, we have the effects. And so what you need to do is go to the grid over here and select the sample that you want to change. So let's say we load it into 1. We select 1. And then we select the effect. Let's say a sample reversal, which flips the handle sound upside down. We click on reset to restore the original sound and try another sample. Editing effect. So 1. Then we click on delay. You can also try to reset and speed up. Reset again, and maybe remove the voice, which removes the right channel from the left channel. Reset again, and maybe try the fade out. And this fade out function works over a period of 7 seconds to lower the volume until 0 over 7 seconds. Reset, and maybe try the boost, which increases the amplitude to maximum. And the same thing applies for the suppression, which lowers the amplitude. And lastly, we have the slowdown, which works the same way as the speed up, but in the opposite direction by 0.5 speed instead of times 2. So slow down. You can also add multiple effects at the same time. And so for example, we have this effect. For sample 1, we choose the speed up, and we also choose, let's say, the sample reversal, and maybe even the fade out. And then try to play the sound. And in that case, all effects would be applied to the sample, and the reset button would still work to restore it to the original version.
This is Justin, and I'll be talking about the chopping function of the audio sampler. So first, let me load a sample into number 1 here. And let's chop it. So using the drop-down menu, let's select number 1, and we'll say start time of 1 second to 3 seconds. Then press enter after inputting the stop time and play the sound. So that played the chopped sample, the 2-second chopped sample, and you can also see that the plot in the visual panel changed with the chopped sample as well. And if you press the reset button down here, you will reset the sample back to its original format. So let's just say that I enter a stop time that is much larger than the length of the actual sample. So 500 seconds. Enter. Which I know is longer than this sample. And if I play that, the song will play to the very end because the end time was set to the very last time frame of the sample. If I enter a letter instead of a number, this dialog box pops up and prompts the user to enter a number instead.
Hi, this is Vinay, and I was in charge of task 4, which is the synthesizer as well as the advanced playback. For the synthesizer, I was able to generate a pure tone sine wave as well as other creative waves such as an amplitude modulated wave, square wave, a triangle wave, and a frequency modulated wave. When the buttons are pressed, the graph appears on the visual panel as well as the sound is played. For example, when I click the pure tone button, I will get a sine wave, which can be seen right here. Using the slider, I can change the frequency of the sine wave. And when I press this pure tone button again, it will graph the new wave, as you can see right here. This would be an example of a square wave, a triangle wave, a frequency modulated wave, and an amplitude modulated wave. For task 4, I was also responsible for creating a keyboard which, when the keys are pressed, it will create or it will produce different sounds. The user has an option of selecting either sine wave or square wave. So if I select the sine wave right now, if I press C, I would get this graph as well as a sound which you just heard. If I press C sharp, I'd get a different sound as well as a different graph. The same goes for the rest of the keys. Taking off the sine wave and selecting the square wave, I'd get a different sound as well as a different graph. Same goes for the C sharp key. For the advanced playback, I was able to record the user's sound, pause it, so that recording is paused for a short period of time until the user resumes playback, stop it so that the recording is done, play it back to the user, as well as graph it. The user also has the option of saving his or her recording as well as erasing the recording. Here's an example. Our group is Error404. Over here I paused it. Now I'm going to say something else. Our project was audio sampler. Since I've stopped it right now, it won't take any more of sounds into the recording. Our group is Error404. As you can see right here, I was able to graph the recording as well as play it back to the user. These flat lines showed that the recording was paused over here. The user also has the option of saving the file. This is saved in the same directory as where the project is running.